Hey everybody, this is Halstead and Andrew McMillan with REH CPAs. Wanted to get together and talk a little bit about foreign financial filings. There's folks out there that have foreign financial assets like bank accounts or investments overseas. There's some additional tax filings that you need to be aware of, and I was going to have Andrew go over that with us today. Andrew, can you kind of give everybody an idea of what all needs to happen if you have foreign financial accounts?
Sure. So the two most common forms that we see a lot are the FinCEN Form 114 and the Form 8938. The first one we'll start with is the FinCEN Form 114. If you have a foreign bank account that has over $10,000 in it at any point in the year, you're required to file a form, not necessarily with the IRS, but with the federal government, with the Financial Crimes Enforcement Unit, the FinCEN. You're required to file this Form 114 with them, just notifying them that you have an account overseas, a foreign bank account that got over this $10,000 threshold. So there's no taxes paid with it. There's no, it's not a real scary thing. It's just, you just need to make sure that you file that.
Make sure you do it.
Because it's certain, penalties can be harsh if you do not file this form. They can be upwards of $10,000+. So you definitely want to make sure that you're filing that form if you have a foreign bank account overseas that exceeded that $10,000.
Those usually due about the same time as the tax return?
So they're due by April 15th, the due date of your tax return. And if you go on extension, you get an extension as well to October 15th if you need it. So just know that if you have an account overseas, make sure that you know how much money was in it. You got to convert it to the US dollar. There's a conversion ratio there you have to do. But just make sure you're aware of that rule, because the penalties can be harsh.
Now, what about the Form 8938?
So Form 8938 really captures everything else that's not captured in the FinCEN Form 114. So it extends to like ownership in other entities that are foreign. So if you have a foreign partnership that you have an interest in, a foreign corporation, some sort of foreign financial entity that you would have to file in, and the level varies. It's hard to say because every situation is different. So the level varies as to when you have to file. So it depends on if you're married, depends on if you're single, depends on if you're living overseas, if you're living in the U.S. Just know that if you have a foreign entity that you have an ownership in, make sure that you let your CPA preparer know, or that you know that you could have a filing requirement.
Anything foreign you want to investigate.
Anything
because what they're trying to do is, this all comes from people, you used to hear about people having Swiss bank accounts and things like that. The reason why they had those is because those weren't reported to the federal government, and you didn't have to report any money made over there. So a lot of people committed tax evasion by not reporting all of their income in these foreign accounts. Right. So that's why they have this now. It was a huge deal years ago, but it's still a big deal. The penalties are massive.
Yeah,
so
penalties can be severe.
So if you have
harsh.
any foreign accounts or any foreign interests, then you definitely need to make sure your CPA knows. And if you want to call and talk to us about it, we can definitely help you with that as well.
Yep. So just like you said, make sure you're aware of it. Make sure that there are some rules out there surrounding foreign assets, and just don't ignore them for sure.
Awesome. Well, Andrew, thank you for the educating us on the FBAR foreign bank account reporting. I appreciate it.